Hey everyone, Alex from cnc-o-rama here, and today we're going to talk about modifying step files. So step files are one of the most universal CAD file types. If you're working between two different CAD softwares, generally any modern CAD software is going to accept a step file. So they're really kind of the ideal file for working between different softwares. So I'm just gonna find a McMaster car component here. And I want to look for pipe flanges. And then I'm just going to grab one of these. I'm not sure really which one I want, but so I'm going to grab one of these, and then I want to make sure I'm downloading it as a 3D step file. So let's just go through some of these options here. So first, let's look at the difference in deleting a face when you're in Surface versus Solid. So if we're in Surface and I click a face and hit backspace on my keyboard, it actually converts that model to a surface model. So I'm going to undo that. In most cases, that's not what we want to do for this. So let's look at now if we're in Solid and we delete a face. So I'll try to deleting this face. So it just makes the face go away. I'll undo that again too. So when you're deleting faces, the way I kind of think about this, and it doesn't always act like you intuitively would think, but if you have um, surfaces that, if you can imagine those surfaces just continuing on, if this face wasn't here, this top surface would continue on and this bottom surface would continue on. So that's kind of how I think of that. So if you have like a filleted edge like this, if you delete that, it just becomes a sharp edge. So that's one way of modifying geometry. The other is I use a lot is this press pull, and it's Q on your keyboard is the shortcuts for that. So I'm gonna do Q, and I just want to grab this edge and see, oops, we drag this bigger. So that's a really easy thing to do. You can also do Q, press pull on like a fillet like this and change the size of it. Everything we're doing is we're not creating any geometry, we're just modifying what's already here. Oops, let's see. So you can do that. And then I'm actually just going to delete these and I can show you anything under modify you can also do. Like, so if instead of a fillet, we wanted a chamfer, we could chamfer that edge now. Let's say I want to make this whole thing thicker. I'm going to click M on my keyboard. It's also this move copy command. I'll click M. I want to make sure this is set to faces. So let's just experiment. Let's see if I grab just the top face and I want to move this up. So that kind of works, but it messes up something in here. So I'm going to cancel that. Let me see if I grab, I'm going to select a bunch of faces here. So looking from the side, if I grab all these faces, now I don't want this thread. So I'm going to hold, I'm on a Mac, so it's command, but I think it's control if you're on a PC. So I'm unselecting that face. Now if I click M on my keyboard and move, I can move all of these up let's see. I want to move this. I'm gonna move this hole out. And then I could do a pattern with that hole. So I can do a circular pattern. And I'm going to change this to faces. Click this. The axis. Let's see if I do the outside here. And I could do however many I want. So, yeah, between those things, those are kind of my go-to for modifying existing solid models. So let's look at this. Like if I hit Q on my keyboard and do this one, we can change this. So there's really a lot of options for modifying stuff. Let me see if I hit Q, I can change the size of this hole. I don't know. There's limitations obviously, but just kind of experiment with that and see where you can go with it. All right. Like, subscribe, come back. Thank you.